on, intro. It's intro time. Shush. Everyone shut up. I think it's so. Let's cover the next topic because we got more shit to get
I
into.
see you have improved your segues.
No, I haven't. I'm still doing bad.
Shush, it's fine.
So then,
I loved it.
The story that we're going on to next is like canceled Halo show will try to live elsewhere and it shouldn't. Per Forbes. Thank you, Forbes, for being honest about it. Halo. We got the Halo series that was from Paramount Plus is canceled. It's dropped.
If I remember correctly, you actually enjoyed season 1, right?
Fuck you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's fine.
Guys, I'm not going to be very kind in this segment. This one, I have zero.
But look at the armor; it's so low accurate. You're supposed to just see a Master Chief and go, "Oh my god!"
If he wasn't naked more than he was in the suit, I'd actually probably be on pace with that.
clapping Master Cheeks.
Master Cheeks.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Well, I've never watched the show, but I know all about like the lore from the games. I've watched a couple of videos on there. Halo Wars 1 through 3, Reach, played all of them. Halo Wars 2. There's another one. 4 I played, and then I stopped because I don't hate myself that much.
So when season 1 was released, or before season 1 was released, we were getting these kind of like sneak peeks and little leaks that were coming out about the show. And you actually got a pretty decent glimpse at the first episode, at the pilot of the show in advance, and people were giving it a bunch of criticism for having bad CGI in it. So additionally, they were talking about race swapping a bunch of characters unnecessarily. You had all this push for like lore shift, and the showrunners even came out and made it clear that the Halo TV series on Paramount Plus was a part of the Silver timeline. They gave Halo an alternate timeline to protect themselves from lore inaccuracies.
Goodness.
Yeah.
What a cop out.
I forgot about that.
Is Sarge still this badass?
Sergeant, yeah.
Fucking love that guy.
Johnson.
Sergeant John. There we go. I was like, fucking. What is
I don't think he.
Love that guy.
So I watched season 1, and I punished myself. That was the worst thing I have ever seen. It was an absolute abomination.
Wasn't it some lesbian chick that was leading the Covenant or something?
Yeah.
As the antagonist?
It was a
Not even the prophets?
No. It was a human girl who was adopted by the prophets and basically raised to be this like usurper spy,
I'm gonna
like
tell you
priestess.
right now. The lore I know, a brute would go in there and just kill her. Right
Absolutely.
Away. There would no way you could stop a brute
Humans-
or elite even.
Humans are heretics
They are.
to the entirety of the Covenant. They don't have these like microcosms of different religions. The Covenant is one solid theocracy.
But she's a
like-
lesbian.
She was very
There's like steps to the hierarchy.
no. She
Lesbian trumps it.
she has sex with Master Chief in the show.
Oh!
As
she's-
enemies do.
That was
I often have sex with my arch nemesis, yeah.
well. If you want to steal the key or whatever it was.
And next time...
Next time, I'll get you. Next time, my arch nemesis.
She's fleeing your bed. I'll get you next time.
Sense.
You win this time, Master Chief. You came first.
I didn't even watch the show and I hate it now.
So to clarify, the greatest offenses to me from season 1 was that the show was trying to be Game of Thrones with like a bunch of political aspects. They made it very clear that this was very centralized around Dr. Halsey's projects with the AI and trying to incorporate them into the Master Chief projects.
That's some, like, fucking season 2 flashback shit, though.
Yeah.
Well,
Should be.
Well, the engagements with the Covenant in the original lore were the Covenant were basically this enigma mystery that they haven't really encountered much until the invasion of Reach.
Basically.
And so they had the flagships, they had the destroyers that the USMC had created and were expanding across the galaxy. But most of the military incursions that the USMC were participating in were against the militia and the rebels that were like forming on all these outer planets away from Earth, because there was a lot of like division amongst humanity at that time. And then the Covenant come in, attack Reach, and in Halo Reach, the video game, they thought, like, the Noble team, when they were investigating, they thought they were actually being attacked by the militia, by the rebels, before they realized it was the Covenant that was actually invading.
Doesn't the shoulder guard in this picture take like 40,000 CR to unlock and reach?
Probably. Yes.
Probably.
Absolutely. But the biggest offense to me in this show was how shit they actually did Reach. They did Reach so bad.
Okay.
They tried really hard to do like politics, like Game of Thrones style politics, with Dr. Halsey and like the president of like the USMC or something. I don't remember what her actual title was. She was very unimportant, but she like pulled her weight around and stuff, and she was a part of this committee that was like making it difficult for Dr. Halsey to commit war crimes on the Spartans and the children and stuff.
Come on.
So-
Sometimes you gotta crack a few eggs, right?
The Spartans had,
I mean, I commit a few war crimes before I even get out of bed.
I think the CGI in this show was actually more hated on than it probably needed to be. Like, I think the
That's
CGI...
not the problem with the show. Is
No, it's not even close. But that's one of like the main criticisms that was
it-
given. It's a bad CGI. I was like,
Did you ever watch that like short movie or whatever that came out
Mm-hmm.
a couple years ago? Was it better than that, or was it worse?
Unto
Forward
Dawn.
Unto
Yeah, Forward
Dawn.
Unto
There
Dawn.
was another one called Night something.
'Cause I watched those and I didn't
I think
hate
it was
them.
Nightfall.
Nightfall.
Nightfall was.
That was mid.
I
It
just
was.
watched Forward to Dawn. I didn't watch Nightfall.
I've seen.
And I
Is that
liked
the one
it.
with the kids in the
Yeah,
academy?
they're in the academy, and he comes in like you don't see Chief until like the last 20 minutes.
I've seen all of the.
I revere
Which is
him
fine.
almost as like a
Basically,
fucking Jesus
he
came here.
comes in and saves them. Yeah.
I've seen
Really
all
good.
the Halo movies, including the one on Netflix where it was like the Halo Legends, where it was like all these short stories that were. I thought Halo Legends was actually really bad, because they actually did this thing with the elites where they were like samurai, and that was super frustrating and annoying to watch.
Like, they all had swords.
No, they were like
Or what?
samurai. They were like dressed down in like samurai garb and stuff, like shoulder
weird.
pads, like the wooden chest armor and stuff. It was
That's really weird.
it was really bizarre. I didn't like it.
I should have a talk with Ubisoft.
Ubisoft, yeah, they love it. Make him black and gay.
I thought you meant like they all had swords. I'm like, well, that's not really lore accurate either. It's just the elite of the elites who have or into that kind of.
Well, and,
Quick side note. I saw a meme when it came to Ubisoft's
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed coming out. There's like a snippet of the show Shogun, and like one dude's like, "All right, look for the traitor," and it's just it's the black.
you don't even have to complete the joke. You don't have to
samurai
complete.
gear. It's like, oh,
Weird.
That's funny as shit.
we can't find him anywhere.
where's the assassin?
No. So the frustration, the biggest offense to me was what they did with Reach in the first season of the show, where basically they made Reach the main. Are you all right?
I was choking on my own spit.
Hot.
I forgot that you can't inhale
You can't inhale.
saliva.
No, so Reach season or Halo season 1 was just hated by fans who love the lore accuracy. But I kept getting approached by people who know how much I love Halo, and they're like, "Have you watched the new Halo show? It's so cool. It's so epic. I loved it on Paramount Plus. That's where you can see it." I was like, "Fuck you. Stay away from me, you goddamn degenerates."
It's like you probably haven't played any of the games then.
No, these people are fucking normies who never played the games, and the Halo TV series was their introduction to the lore. And I'm like, you fucking losers, stay away from the
My
shit.
sister is like, Rings of Power isn't that bad if you take away all the like Lord of the Rings stuff in it. And it's like, what the fuck?
What are you doing? Then make your own original fucking series. Like, this show probably would not have been hated if it was like just a unique sci-fi space adventure. Like, I mean, it was still bad. Like, make generic aliens with generic like space marine soldiers with super armor. Tell a political story around it. I mean, that's kind of like, that's not too dissimilar from the premise behind like The Expanse. Like The Expanse has like the what is the
Protomolecule.
They have the protomolecule.
Yeah.
They have the protomolecule. They have the Mars Space Marines. They have like space pirates and shit.
Yeah, I mean that takes all. Well, that takes place in our solar system. But like I was almost gonna even reference The Expanse, to where it's like, just follow the books. Like these TV shows, just follow the lore. Why is it so goddamn hard? And it's just let's just take something that's popular and then write our own story in that. That makes no fucking sense with the rest of the story.
Exactly. This is what everyone who has like a loyal following to a franchise wants, except the creators who actually, I'm 100% convinced, no good faith, they hate Halo. I can't imagine any other way to look at this. They needed to invent an alternative timeline so they could get away with the unnecessary race swapping, with the unnecessary character involvement. They created these new characters that were incredibly stupid, misplaced, just unimportant, and yet they needed to expand on them to check the boxes. It was completely unfucking necessary, and they did it anyway. And the only thing that makes sense is that they hate the fucking show, or they hate the fucking game.
Let's take a popular IP and then just like we're just gonna use that to get people in, and we're just writing our own shit.
Can you imagine if you were given the
Like they
opportunity?
don't even care about the IP.
What's your
like they're actively looking for like writers, actors, directors that have never read or like seen anything like Marvel or Star Wars or anything into said projects.
What's your favorite franchise? This is an important question. This is leading to a second question. Like,
Franchise?
what's your favorite franchise? And forget all the modern changes to it. Just what's at your core your like number one franchise?
I mean,
Slim, this question's to you too.
it's probably Star Wars, to be honest.
It is Okay, was Star Wars?
Is or was.
Is or was?
Is
There was.
Slim, where are you at with
that's-
it?
That or Lord of the Rings was really good. I liked.
Okay, for me,
Well, I mean, movie-wise, yeah.
it's Lord of the Rings followed neck and neck with Halo. I grew up playing Halo and all the games. Like you guys came over.
Mass Effect.
You and Colton would come over. We'd play Halo for hours. We'd either play the multiplayer, we'd play Forge World.
Yeah, we just fucking play Forge World, and then that asshole would just snipe you from across the map.
Yeah, or
He did to us.
get the yes. Colton's
Wasn't any fun.
Colton, you're a dick. Don't do. Remember,
I remember.
We
but
remember.
can
Scarred
you
us.
like how gobsmacked would you be, and how like honored would you be to have the opportunity to just just take the franchise that you love and just put it on the silver screen? Like, would you make any creative tweaks to it? I don't know that I would. I would just recreate it as faithfully as possible on the screen and be so honored for the opportunity to have my name even remotely affiliated with such a beautiful piece of work. And these people needed to invent their own fucking universe, like copying the material in order to get their shot to do it because they hate it so fucking much.
It's like, yeah, I'd probably put Revan's story onto the big screen, but it's
That'd be
like
sick,
looking
but
back
we
at it, it's
don't
like,
wanna do
I
that
don't think
now.
I could change. I don't think I want or could change anything about it.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that nowadays because they change shit, and then you'd be like, well, no,
Or
how
she'd
many
be
people?
a chick and gay.
How many
Lame.
people now see Revan's story as crap because they changed so much instead of
Yeah.
truly knowing like how well his backstory is and like his part of the universe?
That could be an insane trilogy.
It'd be really good.
Well, I think like
Because you could start with like Revan's like upbringing and whatnot, and at the end of the first movie, he switches to
His justification of
To the
switching
Sith or whatever.
to the dark, like you could do the whole Mandalorian
you
war,
got the Mandalorian Wars,
So
and then he
good.
comes back as
war hero, and like
he comes back to being a
Evil.
Jedi, and like he's been in captivity for 300 years by Vitiate, the
Yep.
Emperor. It's like there's so much good shit there.
yeah, I mean, just even an old story of like the Forerunners for Halo would be so cool to fucking
that'd be
tell.
sick.
Like go pre Master Chief. I mean, honestly, I would love to see a good faith, loyal adaptation of Master Chief on the silver screen. Like I would put it as like a movie trilogy. I would just follow the original games as faithfully as I could, telling that same story of like dealing with the Flood. It would be so cool.
Now, what we need is an ODST TV series.
No, we
Yeah.
I'm
we should make it.
sure.
No,
I'm mixed.
don't fucking ODST our boss.
It's fine.
They're great.
It's all right. it's all right. No, but okay. So
The
just
be-
to
it's one of the best DLCs of all time.
tie it back to the Halo like series being canceled, just for clarification, it's just dropped. The show itself is canceled in the sense that like Paramount Plus is no longer going to be the studio that pushes and the platform that pushes Halo. It's probably
No one's gonna continue this Halo story. So
I
it's
think-
like someone else gets the IP and makes their own.
I think it's very likely that Amazon could pick it up. Amazon has infinite money to throw at this project. They probably like the showrunners and what they've done with Halo, and Amazon.
I mean, you've seen The Boys, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like Amazon has Amazon has The Boys. They have Invincible. They have they have Rings of Power.
Did you hear the latest thing about The Boys? Sorry to sidestep.
The Boys just I don't want anything
Huey
to.
gets raped by a shapeshifter for a while, pretending to be his girlfriend. in the last episode.
That poor guy.
Could you imagine if the roles
I-
were changed?
I hate that show.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it's very fucked up.
Great. I love it. I'm on board with what the showrunners decided. I love
Let's
it.
keep on raping Dennis Quaid's kid.
We don't advocate, but you can do it.
It was just a statement.
Don't quote me on that.
Don't quote Cody. Cody always gets like taken out of context at the end of streams.
Let's rape Jack Quaid.
We should stop this stream right now a little early.
So the Halo show is canceled. I personally think that there's a lot of likelihood that someone's going to pick up this show. If they get the IP and start it from scratch, I'd honestly be fine with that, because if they abandon the Silver
What
Time,
studio would you want?
what studio would I
take over
want?
Halo?
None.
That's a hard question.
That's
to
a
answer these
really
days.
hard question to answer. I think that if I think Netflix or HBO Max,
It's
I'd be
very hit and miss.
exactly.
with
But
Netflix.
Netflix has
They could do
done
it.
faithful adaptations of popular IPs before, but it's a coin flip. It's a coin flip with two tails and one head. It's like a very
So it's like a weird shaped die.
it's like a diamond or something.
It's not a coin anymore.
It's kind of a coin.
It's a three-headed
It's
die.
a flat,
Well, it's a coin, but
it's
like
a
the
flat
si-
triangle.
It's a two-headed coin where the if the side of the coin is the tails.
Yeah, if it lands like upright or
Yeah, if
whatever.
it lands
there you
upright,
go.
then we get a good faith
There's
adaptation from
technically
Netflix.
A third side.
I think
Yeah, I mean maybe HBO.
HBO
That's probably
Max-
the best bet.
HBO Max, I think, is the only real chance it has. Or here's an idea: X. Elon Musk.
Twitter.
Elon Musk. Just
Twitter makes
make it a Twitter original series.
Oh god.
You said X, my immediate thing is like, oh, a porn parody.
It's basically that already in this version. It's like they haven't.
That's true. They just haven't showed anything.
Yes, exactly. Only Master Chief's ass like 6 times in the first season. They really
much
like that
ass.
guy's ass. It's fine. it's okay.
That's too much.
It's just okay.
It's not America's ass. It's Halo's ass.
Honestly, I think that it's very likely the show will be picked up. I think Amazon Prime is the first to do it because Paramount. The reason Paramount canceled the show is very unlikely due to like backlash or it not being popular. It's probably the most famous IP that Paramount Plus has.
I don't know, man.
Not good, famous. Halo is probably the most well-known name
Probably.
that they have as far as IPs that Paramount Plus owns.
Millions and millions
Yeah.
of games.
The issue with Paramount Plus appears to be a cash flow issue, and the reason I say that is because in the past,
Well, they're getting bought out by someone.
yeah, they're trying to sell themselves to HBO. They're trying to have HBO pick them up.
That's hot.
So Paramount Plus abandoning Halo,
It's horrible.
Halo's a huge cash problem for them because it costs a lot to make these episodes for Halo, and they won't.
And I'm sure it costs a lot to get the license.
Exactly. So they're dropping all of that, and in hopes that Paramount Plus gets bought by HBO Max, and that's
I
fine.
like these dumbass fucking like heads of these studios and whatnot that are just like money men, where it's like,
Yeah.
that's a popular thing. We'll pay for the license, and then here you go, random fucking person to head this project.
Yeah. No.
Exactly.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me.
It's a complete nightmare. Halo being picked up by Paramount Plus might have been the single worst thing to happen in all of America's history.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bold claim.
I don't even care that Star Wars was picked up by Disney.
That's
I don't
Even
give
wo-
a shit.
Even worse than the War of 1812.
Yeah, this is far worse.
That's the worst one I can think of.
That's
I don't
a-
think anything else has been that divisive in American history
No,
before.
Halo on Paramount Plus. It beats Pearl Harbor. It's like the
It's
worst day in American history.
1865.
It beats the Great Depression. This is our Great Depression.
We're living in it.
This is our world
Isn't
war.
that a fucking quote from Fight Club?
We do that here. Sometimes on third-party studios, you'll hear a quote, a reference to something great.